Hello everyone, I'm back. Alright, so the orange, this is snowfall from tonight through Monday. The orange is 1 to 3, the blue is 3 to 5, the pink is 5 to 8, and the purple is 8 to 12. Alright, so let's go over this. So your 1 to 3 line is going to start probably just north of Boston. Hold on a sec, I have my interstate map here that I'm going to use. Alright, so your 1 to 3 line is going to start north of Boston, and then it's going to probably go along I-90 westward into central New York State, and then it's going to cross and it's going to go into southern parts of Michigan, Illinois, and then westward into Minnesota, and then into Nebraska, western Kansas, and then northern parts of Texas and Oklahoma. And then it comes, swings back eastward across northern North Carolina, northern Tennessee. So that's your 1 to 3 line. Your 3 to 5 line is going to be basically northern Pennsylvania. It's going to start, I think that's I-91. It's going to start just south of I-91. So it's gonna spread westward across central New York, probably going to go straight through Albany, the 3 to 5 line, and then it's going to go right along the divide between Pennsylvania and New York. So those areas up there would see 3 to 5. Then it's going to go along, I think that's I-80 in northern parts of Ohio, and spreading westward. It'll spread along I-80, spreading westward. So that's your 3 to 5 line. Your 5 to 8 inch line is going to start just north of New York City and Long Island. So New York City and Long Island, you guys are in the 5 to 8 inch range. And then what's going to happen is it's going to spread westward along the Pennsylvania Turnpike, your 5 to 8 line, and maybe even up to I-80. I'm not sure about that. I think areas I-80 and north, you're definitely going to see 3 to 5 and 1 to 3. South of I-80, you'll probably start getting into the 5 to 6 range. So that's going to spread westward along I-80, and then it's going to continue westward through central Ohio, central Indiana, central Illinois, and then central Minnesota. I'm sorry, actually I think that's Missouri, northern Missouri, and then spreading there. So New York City, you're probably going to get around 5 to 6 inches. And then as you get closer to the purple, your amounts will increase. So the Pennsylvania Turnpike, if you live near there, it's probably going to be around 7 to 8 inches. Trenton, you're going to get around 7 to 8 inches. Anywhere else I can think of. Pittsburgh, you're going to be on the divide between 3 to 5 and 5 to 8. You'll probably get around 5 or 6, I think. So then Pennsylvania Turnpike is in the center of the 5 to 8. Now the 8 to 12 is going to start central New Jersey, moving westward. South of the Pennsylvania Turnpike is where the 8 to 12 is going to start. Philadelphia, you're going to get, around, now in the 8 to 12 area, I think it's going to be more like 8 to 10. Because the low pressure seems to be a little bit weaker. I think it's going to be more like 8 to 10. So Philadelphia, south of I-70, you're in there. I think that's I-81. You're on the southern end of the 8 to 12. Most of Maryland, most of Delaware, all of Delaware, most of Maryland, northern parts of Virginia, western Virginia, West Virginia, excuse me. Northern parts of Kentucky, you're in the 8 to 12. So Philadelphia, you're going to see around 8 to 10, maybe up to a foot. Washington, D.C., you're in the 8 to 10 range, so watch out there. There you go. That's your 8 to 12. And then heading southward, 5 to 8, spreads into central Virginia, southern Kentucky, and central West Virginia. Then your 3 to 5 southern areas there, and then northern North Carolina, you might see 1 to 3. Okay, so that's your summary for the general area for Midwest and Northeast. Now, focusing on Long Island and New York City. Oh, and also, just to reiterate, South of the 8 to 12 line, you're also going to have to worry about ice, so watch out there. That could accumulate up to a half an inch. Alright, here we go. This is specifically for Long Island and New York City. The South Shore, we're gonna go with a general 6 to 8 inches, and then the North Shore and most of New York City 4 to 6. To be specific, I think your 8-inch values are going to be south of Montauk Highway. So if you live south of Montauk Highway, you'll probably see closer to 7 or 8 inches. In between Montauk Highway and the LIE, you're going to be around 6 to 7. So if you live in between the LIE and Montauk Highway, you're probably going to be looking at a 6 to 7 inch snowfall. And then north of the LIE, it's going to be more like 5 inches, maybe 6. I really don't think I think the North Shore is going to have a problem reaching 6 inches. Some locations might even get as little as 4 on the North Shore if you live near the Sound. So north of the Expressway, you're going to be under 6 inches, and then south of the Expressway, you're going to be 6 and over, I'm pretty sure. New York City is probably going to be around 4 to 5. The Bronx, you might even get 3 on northern sections of the Bronx. There's a very narrow stretch here. So that is the current forecast. So if you are favoring not losing the Memorial Day, Friday before Memorial Day, the odds are in your favor because the trend keeps going south. So these might even go down some more before tomorrow. I have a feeling the forecast is going to change at least one more time. So I have an update on that later. And the last thing, now we're going to go over here. Oh, and I also didn't get to show you something else. But we're under a winter storm watch, New York City and Long Island. That's National Weather Service is calling for about 4 to 8. So you saw my forecast, now you know theirs. Let's see. I want to make sure this didn't change while I was doing the video. Our quantitative precipitation forecast. That's day 1. Sorry. Alright, good. Sorry, just waiting for this to load. Alright, there it is. So this is what we were going over yesterday. One way that we find snowfall mass is taking the liquid equivalent and multiplying it by the snowfall ratio, which is going to be around 10. So we're in the darker blue, which is about half to 3/4 of an inch. So if you take that and multiply it by 10, 5 to 8 inches. So there you go. That's pretty much the way I'm getting my snowfall forecast here. And since there's not going to be a lot of snow banding near us, the frontogenesis is going to occur along the baroclinic zone in that area, 8 to 12 area. So that's where you're going to get the heavier snow bands forming on the northern side of the low. That's going to stay south of us. So we're going to go with this. Even though this doesn't take banding into account, I don't think we're going to have a problem with that. So 6 to 8 South Shore, 4 to 6 North Shore, New York City. There you go.